What's up, folks? BLZ Fire Equipment and wildfireskids.com is the website. Before I forget to mention that, I'm real bad about forgetting to even say the website in the videos. Wanted to get you guys a quick vid today on the Ranger 60. Now, we've got a few different models. If you head over to the site, you can see the different ones there. We've got a Scout 45, that's a 45-gallon capacity, and we've got a Guardian, which is our 80-gallon capacity, so a little bit bigger than this. Regardless of which one you pick, they're all going to function the same working components, same pump, all that stuff's the same. It's just the tank size that's changing. And the reason we want to offer a few different models is we don't know what side-by-side or UTV you might own. So if you've got a John Deere Gator, a Kubota, a CF Moto, a Massimo, a Can-Am Defender, or a Polaris, whatever you have, there's going to be a model there that will work with your particular buggy. What I love about the BLZ lineup here, guys, is it is all electric. Now, there's a bunch of benefits to that, but probably the biggest one is if you're a homeowner and you got anywhere from 4 to 400 acres, having a nice professional piece of firefighting equipment is a really good idea. If you live out in the country, if you're in a rural area, you'll probably resonate with what I'm about to say. If you live in the middle of a city, it might not make any sense to you, but we have this thing we practice called the art of self-reliance. If a lightning strike happens, somebody throws a cigarette butt out, a weird dude's coming down the driveway that we don't recognize, right? What are we going to do? Well, out here in the country, we're going to go ahead and call the 911, get them on the way, but I might have to strap up and go outside and talk to this dude. Could be a crazy person, could be a lightning strike, could be a brush fire getting out of hand. So we're going to get the professionals on the way, but it's very nice and kind of imperative to be able to kind of hold your own, to be able to be self-reliant out there on your homestead, your property, your ranch, your farm. Because the reality is we're probably 45 minutes to an hour away from a response time from 911 where we live, and that's true for a lot of the country. So we're not saying not to call the pros, call them, but by God, it is nice to be able to get out there and at least give it a old college try and maintain your property. You never know, you may be able to be the difference between losing what you got and holding the line until the cavalry gets there. So that's a big factor. Now, we build these things for the professionals, volunteer fire departments, city municipalities, county agencies. Department of Natural Resources is getting a few of these. Forestry divisions here in our state are probably going to be selling several to them, and we've even got some guys that do control burns for a living. They have a business where they go around and do control burns on big properties, and these units are made for the professionals. But if you're I like to consider myself a professional homeowner, I like to be ready for anything, and having a nice, it's not thrown together. It's not a little dinky pump and a little tank from Tractor Supply, right? And you're just like, I hope that's good enough. No, this is a real legit professional piece of fire equipment, but because it's electric means it's easy to operate. You don't have to, there's no gas, there's no valves and a bunch of levers to pull. Some of the other ones out there, they're great units, but along with a gas-powered firefighting pump, there's just like tons of gauges and levers and knobs, and you kind of have to sort of spend some time learning the equipment. Well, what if you're the homeowner? What if you're the rancher? You're at the cattle sale and your teenage son's at home, or your wife or whatever, and you get a fire. Well, if they don't know how to operate the thing, it's not going to really do you any good. I love this because the electric means if they're able to drive this buggy around, they're able to run that fire skid. So very, very simple. All you got to do is, let's jump up here and do it. Cut the switch on, pump is on, we're primed up, and pull the trigger. Right? Pretty much any knucklehead in the world can do that. I don't know about you guys, but my wife, when I try to explain mechanical stuff to her, she just hears like a whooshing noise. She don't know what I'm saying. So I like it that it's easy. It's a very simple and straightforward system to use. Our electric pump and battery is up there in the pump pod, nice and enclosed, out of the way. 75 feet of hose on our hose reel over there. We've got a 1.5-inch drain right here at the bottom. So if we want to drain it out and move it around, undo that and it'll quick dump all that liquid out of there. The tank itself is internally baffled, so as you're going down the trails, you're not going to get a lot of unwanted weight sloshing around. It's going to eliminate most of that. Big fill port on the back right behind the hose reel. We've got a big 4-inch fill port on the back side so you can quickly fill this thing. And another feature, talking about filling the tank, if this thing's just sitting behind your barn ready to go, obviously you're going to have it full of water. It's ready to go. You got 60 gallons. You can put some fire foam in there if you want to as well. It's compatible with any of your fire foams. Just dump it in the tank. But what happens if 60 gallons ain't enough water? Pretty much any farm ranch I've ever been to, they got to have a water source because they've got cattle, they've got chickens, they got usually animals, or, you know, if they're growing plants or whatever. You've got a swimming pool, you got you got something. A cattle trough would even be fine. Well, check out this. This is our draft kit. So 20-foot leader hose there. We've got a strainer filter on the end. Throw that over in your auxiliary water, whatever that is. Quick connect over here on this end. So that's a cam lock fitting. And all you got to do, come around here to the back of the unit, disconnect your cam lock here. This is your suction line. So you'll disconnect that, just pull these tabs, pop it off, connect that to the end of the hose there, and throw it over into your water source. Now you can actually use the system to refill itself. And I timed myself doing this the other day. It was under 10 minutes. I ran the tank out, drove over to a big water tank that we had, kind of a simulated water source, connected everything, filled the tank, reconnected everything back to being able to spray again, and I was off to the races, back firefighting capable in under 10 minutes. So that's really, really cool. Love that. And it's simple. It's just cam lock fittings, nothing, no finickiness, no tools required. Now, that's one really cool feature. My other favorite feature is, let me get back up on the side-by-side trailer here. This right here, Fightfinity onboard charging. So when you get a unit from us, the back corner of the pump box here is going to have a charge port with a Anderson connector, and we'll give you this wiring harness. All you got to do is wire this up, plug it up right there. The other end, plug it up or wire it up to your UTV's battery, just 2 ring terminals. Positive to positive, negative to negative. Takes maybe 5 minutes to install that, and now every time I crank this unit, when I crank the buggy, the internal charger that's in that box, it comes on automatically and it charges the onboard battery continuously while you're idling or driving around, which is freaking awesome. So if you start off with a 100% full battery, just the battery that's in the pump pod, you can run for about 6 to 7 solid hours just off of that battery. But if you're wired and connected in the Fightfinity system there, and you're charging off the side-by-side, what that means is you effectively have infinity runtime. You will never run out of electricity, power to run the pump, and with the draft kit, you'll never run out of water. So Fightfinity system is really cool. If your buggy's running, you're running. You don't have to worry about any gas, any oil changes, no bunch of levers, throttle, choke, none like that. No ethanol fuel, ain't got to worry about it. Plug the dude up, he's ready to go. Whether you're a landowner or an agency and you're worried about fires, you know, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. It is a very nice unit, guys. Check out the BLZ Ranger 60 and the other models over at wildfireskids.com. We'll see you in the next video.